Hello, anyone here?
Yes, sir. Sir, give me 2, 3 minutes. We can start by 10, 12:10.
Sure.
Sir, we can start this session. Thank you.
Perfect. So, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Wishing you all a good afternoon, a good morning, and a good evening from whichever time zone we're all at. So today we're going to be talking about Northeastern University. I plan on sharing some basic details with all of you with regards to an introduction to the university. I'm happy to chat a little about the history and throw out some quick facts about the university that you all can make a note of, that you all can definitely use and share. So let me start off by sharing my screen. If you can confirm if you're able to see it in a minute. Excuse me. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. So are you able to see my screen with the presentation over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. So let's start off with a quick history about Northeastern, a little about the background. So Northeastern today is a global research university, but we started off in 1898 in Boston, Massachusetts, as a college of engineering. And today, Northeastern has grown a lot, has diversified a lot. And today, we are a school with more than 200 plus graduate programs to offer for students under various, I could say, streams, right from College of Engineering, School of Business, School of Law, and many more. I'll definitely talk about that in my further slides. Something I definitely want to highlight is about the global part over here. Northeastern started off in Boston, but today I'm happy to announce that we have more than 10 plus global campuses, about seven of them in the US, two of them in Canada, and one in UK as well. Today, I'm going to be having my conversation circling more around the US and the Canada campuses. Now, these are a few facts that I'm happy to share with all of you, something which is available pretty much on the website as well, on the internet as well, so you can find it. So the university ranking in the US is 46. So we are a top 50 university in the US with number 8 on career services, and one very important highlight that anyone and everyone who talk about Northeastern will surely bring this up is about the co-ops and internships. Even if you have students, even if you talk to our alumni or you talk to our current students, they will be talking about co-ops and internships. It is a massive highlight. It is a great opportunity for international students. It devises their entire student journey in a very, very nice manner. So I'm sure all of you have an understanding of what a co-op or an internship is. If not, please feel free to raise the question during the Q&A section of our meeting today. I'm happy to chat more about that. But proud to announce that Northeastern ranks number one in the US when it comes to co-ops and internships, which is a great achievement, which is a great advantage for students, also gives a sense of confidence. So all of you can definitely go through that. And with regards to numbers, I just want to highlight Northeastern is also one of the most populated schools, one of the most populated universities with international students in the US. As you can see, the numbers are highlighted on the screen. So yes, we have a very good, I could say, a mixed culture, a very good cross-cultural environment at Northeastern. We have students recruited from more than 140 countries. So your students will always find a good multicultural environment at Northeastern. Now, I'm definitely going to spend some time talking about the various campuses that Northeastern University offers their postgraduate programs at, the master's programs. I can probably highlight 2 to 3 points of each of these campuses so that we can make a note of the various, I could say, characteristics of various campuses, because it is never the case that, every student needs to go to a Miami campus or an Oakland campus or a Boston campus. Purely depending on the student's interest, depending on what their requirement is or what the program that they want to study, the campus can be allocated to them. So starting off from the top, we have the Boston campus, which is pretty much, like I said, the founding campus, which was started there. So the good part about the Boston campus is actually the location, right? We are located in the middle of the city. As you can see, this picture that I've drawn up for you. So the highlighted region is pretty much Northeastern's campus. So as you can see, it is not like a standalone building where we have, a space for students, but this is like in the middle of the city where students can see subway stops, they can see restaurants, they can see also banks located within the region. So that is how the Boston campus is. And it is a huge student community. Boston is one of the campuses, one of the biggest campuses, which also hosts our undergrad students. So if you have a student purely looking at, having a great student life, enjoying that student buzz, that community, then Boston is definitely a good place. Industries and all our 200 plus programs that I mentioned are available on the Boston campus. If you have a student specifically looking at, let's say, I could say, health sciences, or you could say finance, business, engineering. We have the courses available, and those industries do really well. Uh, Shifting gears, moving to the next, our LinkedIn campus. I would strongly recommend a student who is very keen on studying cybersecurity can explore the Arlington campus because we have seen some great success with regards to co-ops on these campuses. Uh, we also have a lot of co-op partnerships with really good organizations, even a few opportunities where students get to work with a few federal agencies, I could say, in ways of, getting through their experiments and working on them on experiential network projects. So it is a very interesting concept. For all the students looking at cybersecurity, strongly recommend Arlington, Virginia as an option. Is also a very aesthetically beautiful place. So look it up, get some research done on those lines. You'll definitely get more understanding. Jumping on to Miami. Miami is a campus that obviously I strongly recommend for someone who's looking at tech and also entrepreneurship. To highlight a few points about the Miami campus, we have an associate director of entrepreneurship sitting pretty much on the campus. So if you have students who have the drive of entrepreneurship, wish to start something of their own or wish to be a part of something on those lines, a great opportunity for all of your students. So tech entrepreneurship, fintech, all of these things, we have great opportunities. We have good co-op partnerships here as well. Just to name a few, I think PwC, Spotify, and a few more. So these are the kind of co-op partnerships that we have at Miami. Now, moving on to Oakland and Silicon Valley. I'm covering both together because they both are located in California. So if you have a student, I mean, California is a destination where we have students who, I mean, you already know that they want to go to California, uh, majorly for tech programs, for computer science, for artificial intelligence, for data science, cybersecurity, and more. So if the student is looking for a very good professional life where the student can really experience, like, working on different projects, working closely with the top companies, Silicon Valley is a great option. But again, just a quick reminder that the Silicon Valley campus is not the biggest geographically, but the students do have an opportunity to get involved with some really latest tech projects that are taking place. And at the same time, if you have a student looking to study tech in California, but still wants to have, like, the campus life, they can explore the Oakland campus, which is one of our, I could say, largest campus with regards to geography. It's about 110 acres. It's a historic campus located again in California, so can explore that place, can go through the details. We have pictures of all of our campuses available on the website, so please feel free to go through the details. And the next on the list is Portland. Portland, which is in Maine, the state of Maine, which is a very good campus. Aesthetically, it is located by, in a coastal region. So students really enjoy the coastal life. They could go for the surfing, the boating, and a lot more. I could say, water sport and adventure sports. So that is something that it's known for. It's also having a very good mix of students coming from different regions, different backgrounds. And it is a very highly developing place where Northeastern is playing a very good role. And we also have some additional external scholarships. If you're all interested in learning more about the scholarships at the Portland campus, you can just find it on the website. I'm happy to share the link with all of you. It's called the Alfond, ALFOND, Alfond Scholarship. This is a family that's sponsoring and a few students. You have scholarships up to $24,000 on the tuition fee. So definitely something worth exploring. Can go through the details. And last but not the least, in US is Seattle. Seattle is a campus which is also really good for its co-op opportunities. The biggest highlight of the Seattle campus is pretty much the location. Amazon is headquartered in Seattle, and Northeastern is pretty much in neighboring Amazon's headquarters. And if I'm not mistaken, 23 or 24, I'm missing the day, missing the year, but we were ranked the number one hiring partner for Amazon in AWS. So great opportunity again over there. Can explore, can go through the details, and yeah. Now, concluding the US campuses, quickly sharing a few highlights about the Canada campuses of Northeastern. We have two campuses, Toronto and Vancouver, with selected programs running. And also, something I missed to inform is that every campus at Northeastern runs programs based on the industry demographic. And so, not all programs are running in every campus. There are a few programs curated, and only those are running on the campus based on, I could say, industry demands, based on a lot of factors. So, please make a note of that, that not all programs are running on all campuses. Now, talking about Toronto and Vancouver, Northeastern in Toronto and Vancouver also are maintaining a great, I could say, highlight and a very strong interest among students with regards to co-op opportunities and internship opportunities. We have a lot of our students who are, getting through great co-ops and then eventually getting into full-time jobs as well during these co-ops. So it is a great success. Now, the courses that majorly you could go through or you could recommend are regulatory affairs in Toronto, project management, you have analytics, you have informatics. There are a couple of courses that I can send across, but can explore. Toronto campus, in fact, we've recently also opened up a new campus in Toronto. We were part of a building called the First Canadian Place in Toronto prior to this, but now we have a standalone campus in Toronto because of the increasing demand and the higher number of students being enrolled into the Toronto campus. Vancouver is a very good campus, specifically again for students looking for computer science, information systems, data analytics, and engineering, and a couple more courses. So these are the highlight programs. Obviously, Vancouver, located in British Columbia. The location of the campus again is in a very good location. So Northeastern in Vancouver is located in the Deloitte Summit Tower. This is the same building which is hosting the regional headquarters of Deloitte and Apple. So again, a great highlight, a great place to be for students. And again, like I said, every point of mine will circle around co-ops because Northeastern is really doing a great job at supporting students with regards to getting them the co-op opportunities or at least introducing the co-op opportunities to them. So this is basically a little about the GCN. We call it the Global Campus Network. I just wanted to highlight these points so that we understand, what are the characteristics of different campuses. I really hope this was helpful. Now, let's focus a little about or spend some time about the education model, or I could say the learning methodology at Northeastern. Now, one of the biggest highlight is obviously co-ops that I've already spoken about. Just to give you a fair understanding, co-op is nothing but an opportunity for student to get the most updated industry exposure, or rather the most updated industry information, and be a part of the industry while they study something. and they will be working as a part of a team in an organization. It could either be in the employer's offices, it could be a work from home, it could also be a work from the campus. Completely depends on the project. And most of these internships or most of these co-ops are paid. So your students have an opportunity to definitely, make some money during their degree, and definitely will impact on their overall career because they get an amazing global exposure while they are working for these industries. Um, on lines of that, I definitely also want to talk about something called the XN projects. So very similar to this, there is something called the XN projects, which is experiential networks. It's nothing but the same opportunity. We pull in projects from employers, we pull in project within the classroom as well, and we run these projects. We give the students an opportunity to work on an hands-on approach where they can actually work on solving the real world problems, understand it all. The only difference between an Excel project and a co-op majorly is that the Excel takes place within the classrooms as a part of their curriculum, and obviously it is not paid. It is something which is to give them the idea and exposure, which takes place within the classroom. So that is something I definitely wanted to highlight. Now, another very important thing is because Northeastern is present globally, as you can see, it does not restrict our students to be in one particular region. If your student who has been enrolled into, let's say, a Boston or any of our California campuses, can always feel free to find co-op opportunities across the place. They could always go ahead and find opportunities. Also, a Boston student can go to Seattle for a co-op if it permits, if they get one, and vice versa as well. So this is something that you should highlight. This is something that we all should know. With regards to research, absolutely, Northeastern is an R1 research university. We have a great set of research programs going on. There is a lot of opportunity for students to be working on. There are a lot of research assistantship opportunities as well, which are pretty much posted and available on the website. So you can go through the details over there as well. Now, again, this is a little highlight on the co-ops. I think I've already covered a lot about the co-ops. I don't think you all want to know more, but yes, we are very solid. We have gone through the details, so please make a note of that. With that, more or less, we conclude. I'll just quickly highlight the programs over here just for your reference. So we have about, as you can see, about 9 or 10 schools under Northeastern, which we could say in an Indian context, I could also say departments. So we have a College of Engineering, we have a College of Computer Science, the School of Business, which is the Dimore and Meckham School of Business, the Bowie College of Health Science, School of Law, Professional Studies, College of Science, Social Science and Humanities, Arts, Media and Design. So major amount of the 200 courses that I just mentioned are allocated under each of these departments, rather schools that we could say. So you can go through the list that I'm happy to share in an email with all of you. All the courses are available pretty much on the website as well. But yes, these are the kind of programs that we have. I think majorly courses apart from medical science and yeah, I think more or less everything is pretty much available. So you can always feel free to go through the list, right from things like an MS in economics and an MS in computer science, cybersecurity, AI, or if you also look at the business side of things, marketing, management, financial management, an MBA, and then an MS in chemistry, physics. So majorly a good amount of courses are available. So please feel free to ask me the questions that you have or anything that you want to know more about the programs. And okay, a few of the points majorly that I might have covered, but again, a few that I surely wish to. Now, already told you about the population, international students at Northeastern. I said we are one of the most populated schools, so second highest school at any US university. We're having a good number of international students on campus. Already discussed that we recruit out of 140 plus countries, that's mentioned over here. A very important highlight actually is the student to faculty ratio and average students per class. Now, one thing that can be misinterpreted is that because of the high number of students that I'm mentioning, it does not mean that, it's a feeling where you're lost in the crowd or there is no such mentoring. Northeastern maintains a student to faculty ratio of 14:1, and average students, as you can see, per class is about 24. So, it's never a situation where you're lost in the crowd or anything like that. It is a well allocated and a well equipped campus across all our campuses. And as you can see, the strength of our professors, we have about 1380 full-time professors at Northeastern. So these are some things that you should definitely know, and these are some things that we should definitely highlight. So that brazenly brings me to an end of giving you a quick introduction to Northeastern and sharing some very basic details with all of you about the global campus network, about the highlights, and about a few points. I really hope this was helpful. I now open the floor for any kind of questions that you all have. I'm happy to answer them if you have any queries. Before that, I'll just take another minute to just talk about, let's say, the eligibility criteria because it's a very important part. So eligibility criteria at Northeastern obviously differs from college to college. Like the College of Engineering can have a different one, and the Corey College of Computer Science can have a different one. Not a vast difference, but yeah, a major difference. I mean, a minor difference with regards to the English proficiency requirements versus the GPAs. So all of the information on the courses are pretty much available on website. If you could just navigate through any search engine, go on to, let's say, a link that starts with graduate.northeastern.edu, you'll be able to get all the program details one by one. So that is one last part that I wanted to convey to all of you. Now, I'm happy to answer all the questions that you all have in the meantime. So I'm opening the floor for questions. Now, you can feel free to raise your hand or you can put it in chat. I'm happy to answer the questions on chat as well. Anyone, any questions that you want to know more about? Any doubts that you have?
Uh,
Yes, sir. I have a student for Canada actually. He has done B Farm and then has a 6.9 CGPA. So, like, what kind of course can you recommend except regulatory affairs in Canada campuses?
Okay. Specific to that, it'll be tough for me to recommend because the list of courses is very long. But yeah, for a student who's studying pharmacy, regulatory affairs is obviously a great opportunity. But you say anything apart from regulatory affairs. Can I know the reason for that? Like, is the student not wanting to do regulatory affairs?
Yeah, he somewhere got to know from his cousins that there are not that many opportunities. Instead, if he finds something like industrial, like jobs, that would be better for him. So,
Wow. Okay. See, in that case, you can, I don't know, because there is biotech, there is bioinformatics. These are the two other programs in Toronto that can be of interest to him. But okay, that's a very interesting question. First of all, I definitely want to thank you for asking that question and taking it up over here. Let me share my screen and let me just show you all how we can navigate through any kind of program at Northeastern. And then also I'll answer the question. I didn't get your Asta, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So let me just also show you something which you can share with the student, which will really help him understand about the career outcomes. So you go on to any search engine, you type any programs of Northeastern. Okay. So regulatory affairs. What's happening? Affairs, Northeastern University. Similarly, if I type, let's say, MS Computer Science Northeastern, MS Biomedical Science, whatever, try to look for the link that starts with graduate.northeastern.edu. Okay, there'll be a couple of links that come up, obviously. Try to look for the link that starts with graduate.northeastern. And then, just a second. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Once you find that link, just click on that link. You'll get a lot of details about the program right here. So, for all of you who are here with us today, this link will give you the details about the campuses, the curriculum that the course is actually having. So, all the questions answered, because I'm pretty sure a lot of students do not know what they exactly study under regulatory affairs. So, click on the program curriculum, they'll get the details. Duration, intakes, the basic details like the admission dates, the requirements, so the English proficiencies, everything is on this page. Very important part, I think, Ashta, for you, is that if you can talk to the student about this is basically the kind of occupations or jobs our students are getting into after completing regulatory affairs. So these are the top companies hiring, these are the skills that they need, and these are the kind of job titles, and this is the annual salaries that they're able to get. The beauty of this website is that if I switch this to Toronto, their entire list of occupations and companies they'll refresh. So let's say a healthcare administrator or a pharmacist, because the student has studied B Pharma. You can see the kind of organizations our students are getting placed into after completing regulatory affairs, and you can see the median annual salaries also. Now, these are the most updated set of information that I could say. So share this with the student and definitely ask them. One very solid recommendation I give is let your students connect with alumni or current students of Northeastern, because we have a huge community, more than 3 lakh alumni, literally 300,000 plus alumni. So, you just go on to LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever social media handles are working out for students nowadays. They just type Northeastern alumni and you'll get so many that they can connect with, and they can get a real feedback. Whether the student who studied a regulatory affairs, did he or she get a co-op, and did they end up getting a job? Because we're very confident most of our students will have a really solid feedback. On the same website, you'll find the most updated tuition fee as well. That tuition fee that's mentioned over here is always the full tuition fee. Okay, so if I type in MS Computer Science, this tuition fee is the tuition fee for the full duration of the program. So these are the courses that I would recommend: biotech, bioinformatics, regulatory affairs. In Toronto, those are the only ones. If the student is looking for Boston, then absolutely public health and health informatics and a lot more programs we have for them. But yeah, if they're looking at Toronto, these are the only options. But thank you for asking. Very good question again.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And I also have one more question regarding the other student I have. He only has 57% in his 12th.
Hmm.
So, do you think if we apply, there is some chance of, and he got 105 in Duolingo, that he is ready to give again and get a good score? So, is there a chance in computer science for that kid? Yeah.
That is for the bachelor's degree, computer
Yeah,
science bachelor.
bachelor's. Yes.
I'm not sure I will have the answer to that because I only deal with the graduate recruitment at Northeastern.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I have details about the undergrad. So sadly, I wouldn't be able to answer that. But that actually brings me to a very interesting point. Again, thanks, Asta, for asking it. With regards to requirements, right? What I would recommend is that if you have students, even let's say if the requirement, I'm just quoting an example over here. If you have a requirement of a 7 CGPA at Northeastern, let's say, but the student has, let's say, a 6.8 or a 6.5, I would say do not go ahead and just tell the student that sorry, you do not meet the eligibility criteria and cut them off. Give them an opportunity to at least apply and try. Thankfully, there is an application fee waiver at Northeastern for the graduate programs, so it does not do any harm by adding Northeastern to their list and letting them apply. Because we don't want to pull out that opportunity from them. I would recommend that we enable them to apply and then let the admissions team take their decision. It's better to inform the student that you are having a borderline profile, so there might be a rejection, there might be an acceptance, and let them apply and then take it up. For undergrad, Asta, unfortunately, I might not have the answer, but this is my
Okay.
recommendation for grad applicants.
No worries. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir, I had one question.
sure.
Yeah, so sir, last intake, my one of student applied in your Northeastern and got like a rejection. So
Mhm.
they deferred into the spring intake but couldn't get the refusal slots. So
Mhm.
I wanted, she was asking that how many times can she defer, or she has to do the reapplication now?
Yeah,
Uh,
very good question, Tabassum. Again, thanks for asking. So, generally, deferral takes place only once. You cannot defer an admission once again. But I think I have two options over here. One, the student can write an email to the department request if they are ready to defer the same offer. That is one. Completely on the department's discretion, they decide whether they give that approval or not. Second option is she can go on to, I mean, you can go on to the application portal on her behalf. You can create a programmatic application, which is like create a new application for the newer intake. Because she's a student, you said student has already been accepted, right?
yeah, she paid the deposit. She gave the
Yeah.
interview, but it couldn't. So
Huh.
she had to defer. But
Correct.
refusal slots are still taking so much time.
Correct. So because she's already an admitted student, the review will be easier this time around. So the admission chances are again high. So she could just try and reapply again. I don't see a chance for the student to get rejected in any way.
But first, we should write an email to the university and
Can
give
try
a
that out.
short. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
And what about, so usually like the students who pay $750 deposit? Is it refundable in case of rejection? It's not. I'm sure it's not, but I
Yeah.
just want to ask.
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. I appreciate any kind of question. You have a doubt, I'm happy to answer them. But yes, you are right. It is non-refundable in I mean, it is non-refundable, but then I've seen that, in a few cases, for some reasons, if the student writes an email with some very valid point, in a very like 1 or 2% cases, it does get approved and it gets refunded. So, but yeah, but on papers, it is non-refundable. The US deposit, the enrollment deposits are non-refundable,
Okay.
right?
And my one student recently paid the deposit uh
Right.
for the fall intake. So by how long can he like wait for the, and can he apply for the scholarship after he paid the deposit, or it is already like once you get an offer letter, it is automated whatever you get, or is there just
Yeah.
any separate scholarship?
Yeah, good question. So generally, scholarships that are released at the beginning with the offer letter are pretty much the same kind of. I mean, they remain the same. There is no such thing that they can request and get more. But because you all have these specific questions for colleges, what I'll do is I'll send you a link which you can find the contact information for all different colleges at Northeastern that you can recommend the students to write to them and request. जैसे deferral case हो गया, or you have someone who's looking for, let's say, an extra scholarship. But I'm making it very clear over here that all of these requests, these exceptional requests, are completely based on the department's discretion. They decide whether they can or they cannot. And there is also a probability that the student might not even get a response from them. So better to, because obviously it is a huge department. It is a publicly shared email ID, so they get a lot of emails on a daily basis. So, please inform the students all of this and then share the details that you can write. There is a probability they will get back to you with the approval or a rejection, but you can write. So if students have requirements like, an extra scholarship or any questions about deferral, enrollment deposits, all of them, best thing to do is reach out to the college. But on papers, yes, the website, whatever the scholarships they get during their offer letter is all that they get.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have one question. Hello.
Yeah, 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 please go ahead. Yeah.
Sir, if student has done BSc nursing, then which program we can offer for Canada?
See, nursing, Canada. Can definitely explore regulatory affairs again. It's a very versatile program. See, the reason I recommend regulatory affairs is not because I like the program, but it's because it is a very versatile program, and it is a program which is not approved for a lot of universities if you actually look at it. So there are very few schools actually running that program, and it does create a great opportunity for all the students who are looking at careers in the healthcare industry, in the pharmacy industry, or somewhere in the medical science and the support side of things. So yeah, nursing program I would recommend regulatory affairs as well in Toronto.
Okay. And sir, I have another one profile who has 7 CGPA in bachelor's in IT.
Okay.
So, in which USA campus can you suggest such programs?
IT. Which program is the student looking for? Like specifically anything?
Oh, cybersecurity related.
Cybersecurity, like I said during my presentation, you can go through our LinkedIn. Please share them some details about the campus. There might be some scholarships that can be given out to the student for applying to our LinkedIn as well. No such benchmark set, but there is a good opportunity. I've seen students get good scholarships. So cybersecurity, I strongly recommend our LinkedIn. But overall, if they're looking at tech, then California is also a good option. Boston, Seattle, all of them are good places for tech. I mean, US
Okay.
anyway is known for tech, but
And
these places
what kind of
specifically.
in-campus jobs student get in USA?
That's a very good question again. Northeastern, we do have a very good dedicated page that showcases details about part-time jobs. Let me see if I'm able to fetch that page and show it to all of you. That's a very good question. Let me see if I can get you some details about that. I think I found it. Let me share my screen. Simi, right? Yeah. Very
Yes,
good
sir.
question, Simi. See, these questions bring out good answers and that help all of you. So that's why I'm really appreciative of questions if there are any. So I'm showing you this page which talks about F1 student employment specifically. So it tells everything about how students can get a job, what's the eligibility, what are the approved on-campus employers. It also showcases the unapproved employers so the student should not be working as a part of. So this page is really important because it tells them all about the pre-hire paperwork, how to get paid, and what kind of payments you can receive, tax information. So this is literally, again, public information, again, a very resourceful tool for all of you to actually go through. So I'm sharing this as well over here. So please feel free to go through these details. Obviously, we do have opportunities on campus. It is a good big community. Northeastern, as we already highlighted to you, the number of professors as well. There are a lot of teaching assistantship opportunities. Another good point is because of the population of students Northeastern enrolls, we also have a lot of graduate assistantship opportunities. So, with regards to students having opportunities to support the university, support themselves while they are in their education, there are some opportunities that are doing really well. Even in the current scenario, I've seen all my students who are very active and very happy when they get into Northeastern. So definitely there are some great things waiting for them.
Okay, so scholarship is depend on merit or
Yes,
okay.
purely a merit scholarship.
Okay, so it depends on campus to campus or same for Northeastern.
Yeah, we do have a few campus call like GCN, Global Campus Network. We do have some specific scholarships that we give out. Like I said, if you have a student for cybersecurity or LinkedIn, they might be able to get like a 10 or a 15% more. Hopefully, like it's up to always. It's never a set slab. And if you're looking at other campuses, yes, we do have Boston as a campus. We have scholarships from 5 to 25%. Across all the campuses, completely depends on merit.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah. I think in the meantime, I'll just cover another question I have from Mohita. What programs can we offer for a 4-year bachelor's in nursing students for masters at Northeastern? Okay, I think I answered that. You can explore under the college. So there are two colleges if they are looking at US. Explore the College of Science and the Bowie College of Health Science. Among these two, go through the list very carefully and recommend students the courses that they might be interested in. There are a lot of them to offer under them. So go through these details, Mohita, and you'll get the answers. Anything else in the meanwhile? Okay, I think we've more or less covered most of the questions, and I really hope the session has been helpful. I really hope you've been able to make some points out of them. I try to make sure that it's more interactive and keep a very short presentation. I hope my presentation did not put you all to sleep. But I really hope you can make some points, and I'm available for another 5 to 6 minutes on the call. So, any queries, any questions that you have, I'm welcome. I mean, I'm happy to welcome them. If not, I'll just give you like a quick few points. The last few points that I want to really highlight is about the process of a co-op and what kind of support Northeastern actually gives. Okay, I know some of you will be like, how much more of co-op? But then I really want to highlight this part now. See, it's not just about having more partnerships. It's not just about Northeastern having more and more employer partners, and then we are getting students into these opportunities. It's about how Northeastern students are prepped. Okay, we have a support system for the students starting from day one. There are on a literally on a weekly, or I could say on a bi-weekly basis, these sessions keep repeating where we start giving students opportunities like, CV preparation, cover letter preparation, LinkedIn photo booth session, LinkedIn professional branding, how to do an interview, how to on the lines of communication skills, on the lines of behavioral, organizational behavior. So these sessions are taking place repetitively every week or every 2 weeks. So our students have the opportunity to join these sessions every week also if they need, and prepare and brush up their resumes, their cover letters, their entire process basically of finding a co-op. I would say is pretty much equivalent to finding a job. So it's better the way we prepare our students is the reason for the success that most of our students are able to secure good and better co-ops. And another very important point that I want to highlight is that in a group of in a team of students working on a co-op, the Northeastern students generally end up performing better is because of the kind of learning methodology. At the very beginning, I was talking about the XN projects, right? These projects are anyway taking place in their class. So our students are already well equipped with all the information, knowledge, and the kind of, I could say, rigor that they need in order to do these co-ops. So our students are already going through all of this in the classroom, and then when they are put into a co-op, they're all well prepared. It's not new for them, so they know about it. So hence, all of this and a lot more things together come and make it a grand success for every student. So in a student's journey, co-op is a massive advantage. My experience of living in North America, I can tell you the biggest step is majorly to, just set your foot into the industry and just work. From there on, you get the job, you get paid less, more, it's completely on the student. But once you've set your foot inside, it is a good start. So that is something that really works for all our students. And that's why we see a lot of students and the numbers keep growing. And that's why we are one of the most populated schools in North America. On that high note, I think we can conclude the call. If there are no more questions, I think I can wrap up by quickly saying thank you all for joining. And I'm honestly overwhelmed with the number of people that have joined the call. I'm understanding all of you are part of the team, right? We don't have students as such.
No, sir, we are all counselors.
It's a massive, massive team. So I'm very happy to meet all of you. Thank
Same
you
here,
for
sir. Very
joining.
mutual. Answer was really informative, really brief, and really nice, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ridesh. Means a lot.
Yeah.
And so, if you don't mind me asking, which part of the country are you all located in? Like,
Gujarat, sir. We are like all in all cities of Gujarat. Basically, we cover the whole state, Gujarat. Yeah, we have 26 centers across Gujarat, sir.
wow. So basically, if I ever land in Gujarat, I just have to go to EC.
Yeah, yeah. You will find EC nearby, sir, if you have a land in Gujarat.
Wow. Very
Right.
interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Very nice meeting all of you. So
Same
thank
here, sir.
you.
Very much.
Please
Thank you
stay
so much.
connected. You have my details now. You can always connect with me on LinkedIn or email or anything, whatever you guys need.
Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you, Ridesh. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you for who and all have put in their efforts to making this happen. So, thanks all. Have a great day. Bye.
Not well married.